Here's a look at our sun, and you can see a slow moving CME that was observed in the southern hemisphere on June the 26th. This is going to pass mostly southward of the Sun-Earth line with a glancing blow that is possible within the next 72 hours. This may produce minor elevated solar wind levels. Looks like Earth is getting hit with not only solar weather and enhanced geomagnetic conditions and high seismic activity with the 7.2 and 7.8 earthquake in Venezuela, and then of course the other ones in Japan with the aftershocks, but we are also seeing a formation of really rare planetary alignments that are happening for the collective. We also have a formation of two coronal holes, and we have a filament here right in the middle of our sun that is Earth facing, meaning if this plasma filament does lift off, we could see increased geomagnetic activity because of that. It will act as a literal solar flare. But we have two coronal holes that are forming. Before we had the letter I. Now it is just this big blob that is heading toward the western limb of the sun, but we do have another here that is forming down on the southern hemisphere. We already saw the eruption on the southern hemisphere of another filament that just went off. And again, within the next 72 hours, we'll see if we do have a glancing blow because of that. But let's take a look at our sun, because we have 6 sunspots here on our solar disk. The one that we are really looking at though is 4478. It is just monstrous in size. The other regions on the sun seem to be more in a stable state or a state of decay, but region 4478 seems to be growing exponentially and getting more magnetically complex. This region is continuously popping off low-level C-class flares, but it hasn't been active basically within a little over 24 hours, so it seems to be growing and also stable at the same exact time. This region is monstrous in size. You can see it's in beta, delta, and gamma configuration, growing in the number of sunspots, growing in size, growing in flare percentage probabilities of popping off, and it's going to be Earth facing here in the next coming of days. I feel like that kind of coincides with all of the major planetary alignments. Could the planetary alignments and the degrees that are associated with them pop off a solar flare, especially if it's already growing and magnetically complex? Then you have more energy that's stacked on top of each other that heads into Earth and into the collective field itself. So far, this is our 3-day geomagnetic forecast. So for today, we're gonna have low levels, a G0 and another G0, and then we'll see a little bit of those elevated solar winds coming in. Again, possible glancing blow within the next 72 hours if we get a little taste of that southern hemisphere filament that blasted off. But we have several major transits that are stacked on top of each other in just the next few days. This is definitely one of the biggest astrological weeks of 2026. That fast, swift moving energy has came in. June 28th, we have Mars entering into Gemini. This is rapid fire type of energy. Definitely mental activity, curious activity, more social, more communicative, but fast. This is the energy that's going to help you create content. It's going to help you write. It's going to help you with your podcast or learning new skills. But you may notice today that you have scattered attention, or you have like information overload coming in. And that's also because we have a full moon in Capricorn starting tomorrow, so you're feeling the full effects of the ending, and then what did the results that came in happen to be? Because this full moon in Capricorn is going to shed a light on your career and your long-term goals, where you want to go, the discipline, the responsibility it takes to get there. The full moon in Capricorn is going to bring about endings, especially with all of the work that you have done thus far. It's asking you to revise it. What is the structure that is working, and then what needs to change? And like that isn't enough, the same exact day we have Mercury here that is going retrograde. It's going to be retrograde from June 29th all the way into July 23rd, but this time Mercury retrograde is really going to start looking at the family matters. It's going to start looking at your emotions, the communication of everything. Travel plans are revolved around Mercury going retrograde. Again, this is starting out in Cancer. It's also going to bring about technology type changes, past relationships again showing up. Mostly it's about reflecting and reorganizing. It's not a punishment. And then we're going to start July out with a bang because Jupiter is going to be entering into Leo, and it's going to remain there for the whole entire year. This is going to expand your confidence. This is going to expand your creativity, your visibility. It'll bring about a lot of good romance. It'll bring about leadership and your self-expression and the overall bigger picture. And the collective theme is really centered around stepping onto the bigger stage for humanity and then expressing themselves a lot more boldly. That's what Jupiter and Leo is bringing for the next 12 years. July is going to be more unusual than June has been because Jupiter is going to quickly form a lot of these aspects with outer planets, and that's going to create rare chains of support that is going to help all of the alignments thus forward. Today, Mars is asking you to take action. Tomorrow, the Capricorn full moon is going to ask you to finish what you have started. Then we have Mercury Retrograde that's happening also again tomorrow. That's like slowing down, reviewing the energy before Jupiter goes into Leo. Again, swift movement is coming. Think bigger than you have in the past 12 years. So expand your vision, but also be very careful with the details. If you want to benefit from this the most, definitely revise your existing work right now. Improve any of the systems that you have created or are spinning your wheels on. Definitely there's going to be a launch that's going to start happening with definitely a bigger confidence. So greater confidence is going to be achieved. But once Mercury passes in retrograde, so July 23rd. Hang in there. I know the energy is feeling absolutely crazy. You know what to do. Hydrate. Geomagnetic storms, astrological planetary alignments, that will drain your energy. Make sure if you have 0 fire in your chart and you want to take action, that you're moving your body. Make sure you're going outside and grounding. Make sure that you are meditating or trying to reset your nervous system. That is number 1. And remain solar weather aware, because a lot of the solar activity that happens here will eventually trickle into the planet, and it causes a lot of seismic activity and really ionospheric pressure in our atmospheres, and it creates all of the global catastrophes that we see. So remaining aware of what the sun is doing and how long we have until onsets happen from solar flares or filament eruptions or trans-equatorial coronal holes, either or, something that we have to look out for, especially this region right here. I'm Sarah Starr, your galactic guide, here with your space weather and energy update for June the 28th. If you want to know how all of these transits are going to hit your personal chart, head over to my website, sarahstarofficial.com. Book yourself a natal chart reading, a transit session, a solar return reading, or a starseed origins reading. Follow for more.